Hey everybody, it's James here from the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, September 21st, 2022, and this is the weekly comic book pickups video. Every week I buy comic books. I get them for myself, I get them for my kids. I get them at Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. If you're in the area and into comic books, check out the comic shop. While over there, go to the toy department, get yourself some comics, get yourself some toys, be a kid again. There are new comics in here, and then there's a collected edition of some older stories that I enjoy, as I do every week. It's not for my shelves, though. It's something that just came in, so it will definitely be available on Amazon, I would think, when I leave a link down in the info section. But I didn't have to grab something off the shelves because I knew this was coming in. All right, let's jump in. First things first, we've got Creepshow, issue 1 from Image Comics, a new Creepshow comic, $3.99. There's your creatives up top. There are 2 stories in here. I went with this cover, old school Creepshow look. This is your creatives in 2 different stories. I know that the first story can be somewhat gruesome, so I'm not going to show a lot of that. In fact, I'm not going to show a lot of anything. I don't know if little kids are watching this, so I don't want to show the super gory stuff. But this has got some gruesome goriness to it. I'm surprised it doesn't say like mature readers or something on here. Oh, it does. Rated M for mature. So I'm not going to show that one off, but there is a new Creepshow comic. Then we've got for Keaton and for Gracie, we've got Star Wars Mandalorian issue 3. I got this cover for Gracie because it's got Baby Yoda doing the thing. And I got this one for Keats because it's got the Mando doing his thing. When I first heard about this book, I thought it was New Adventures of the Mandalorian, but it's actually just an adaptation of the first season of the Mandalorian, I believe. $4.99 is your cover price there. But that's still cool. That's still cool. If you like, I used to like reading adaptations all the time. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into adaptations and you like The Mandalorian, this will be right up your alley. It'll be both things you like. Rodney Barnes doing the writing and Jorge Ginti doing the pencils. And then the last book is just for me, although Blaze will probably want to check it out. Keaton might want to check it out. I got a bunch of copies of this R.L. Stine Stuff of Nightmares #1 from Boom Entertainment. Now, I'm a little too old to have been in on the Goosebumps and the Fear Street craze, but I actually worked at a bookstore when that craze was happening. So I was still a part of the R.L. Stine craze. Goosebumps, Fear Street, that kind of stuff. So when I saw that there was a new R.L. Stine book today, I was like, you know what? I'm going to check that out. And then I just kept going overboard with the covers. I also watch Goosebumps reruns with Gracie. We love watching Goosebumps together, that old Goosebumps TV series. So this is another connection for me in that. This cover looks like it's been painted by somebody that maybe used to do the Goosebumps covers, but I don't know off the top of my head. So if you do know, you can leave a comment down below and let me know if that's what's going on here. This cover was $4.99. It's listed as variant, but I don't know which one was which. Let's see, main cover and glow-in-the-dark cover, unlockable variant cover, and glow-in-the-dark cover by Tim Jacobus. So I'm guessing this is the Tim Jacobus cover, right? There's also this homage cover by Miguel Mercado with cover design by Dylan Todd. So I got that one because that looks like an old Fear Street cover, even like that. I think that's like the Fear Street font, if I'm not mistaken. Bring Your Own Brain, Monster Makers. That's fun. So I got these 2 covers. Let's take a look at the book, and then we'll talk about the other covers. It's very wordy. You know, as I flipped through it, I was kind of surprised by how much. Look at all these word bubbles, man. But I mean, he's a book writer. He's a novel writer. So this one looks like it's a little gruesome too. I'm not going to show you too much more. So I'm excited to check this out. I'm excited to read this. I do remember when working at the bookstore, reading some of those Goosebumps, like there'd be slow nights or whatever, and we'd have an opportunity where it was like, okay, well, you can, once your work's done, you can kind of just cover the front, you can read a book or something if you want. And I would every once in a while pick up the latest Goosebumps just so I'd be able to talk to the kids that came in about the Goosebumps books. And the writing was always very silly, just like the show. It'd be like, here's this terrible thing, and then the next page in the next chapter would be like, but it's okay, that thing was not actually that terrible. It was actually just a dog, or something like that. It would have like silly explanations as to what was the scary thing was. And I also grabbed these 2 glow-in-the-dark covers. You can't really see it. You can kind of see how it moves there. See how it says Stuff of Nightmares? So there's these two variants that have glow-in-the-dark. They look like Virgin variants, but they're on like a heavier stock. And they've got like a title printed in glow-in-the-dark. Stuff of Nightmares. I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff. So I went ahead and grabbed both the glow-in-the-darks, and those were $5.99 each. So that is all the regular comics. Then this book is the one I would have taken off my shelves if it was already out, but it wasn't. That is The Phantom Complete DC Comics Volume 3 from Hermes Press. My favorite publisher, Hermes Press. They do all the Phantom reprints. They're doing Flash Gordon stuff. They're doing Mandrake soon. So they've done a really fantastic job of reprinting all of the Phantom in his comic form as really nice hardcover collections. This is the final volume of the DC collection. It presents books 9 through 13. I really love the way they do their trades. They're not like recolored or anything. They try as much as they can to just preserve the original looks of the books. They just clean it up so it looks like you're reading the old comic. I really like that. It's presented on a bigger format. And these were all... The DC series is probably the best Phantom comics that were created as comics, not comic strips or something like that. I believe the Phantom series by DC is probably the best the Phantom's ever been in comics. It was really good. Really good comic. So it's cool to have it all collected here, and they reprint the letters pages, which is something a lot of trades don't do. So you get the original letter pages reprinted, and then you've got this interview with Lee Falk at the end, a bunch of reprints of original comic strip art. Really fun stuff. This retails at $50, but you can get it cheaper. It'll probably be cheaper on Amazon, I would guess. You can actually get it direct through Hermes Press too, and a lot of times they run coupons. So that is the book for today. The Phantom. I'm very happy to complete this series in hardcover format. And that is it this week. If you enjoy comics, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know about that cover, if that guy is a Goosebumps cover artist or what, if you happen to know. And yeah, see you guys next week. Take it easy.